Hello and welcome back to Learn English with Daisy America. Today, I'm going to share a story with you about something many people dream of or experience at least once in their lives: living and studying abroad. Now, studying abroad may sound exciting and full of freedom, but it comes with its own mix of challenges and surprises. There are bright moments, like making new friends, exploring new cultures, and feeling independent. But there are also difficulties, like homesickness, language barriers, and learning how to adapt in a new environment. In today's story, I will tell you about my own journey as an international student. The first weeks of excitement, the struggles I faced with culture shock, the mistakes I made, the funny moments that happened, and the valuable lessons I learned along the way. But before we begin, I want to remind you, listening to English stories like this one is more than just fun. It's powerful language practice. When you listen carefully, you train your ears to understand rhythm, intonation, and sounds. And when you repeat after me, that's shadowing. You train your mouth and your brain to produce English naturally. Here's how you can practice with this video. First, just relax and listen to the story. Then try shadowing. Repeat each sentence after me. Don't worry about being perfect. Just follow the rhythm and the flow. This way, you're not just learning English, you're living it, feeling the words, speaking with confidence, and improving every single day. So, take a deep breath and join me in today's story, Life as a Student Abroad. When I first moved to another country to study, I was full of excitement. I imagined walking around a beautiful campus, meeting international friends, and improving my English every day. I thought it would be the best experience of my life. On the first morning, I woke up early, ready to explore. I made myself a simple breakfast, grabbed my backpack, and went outside. The city felt huge, and everything was new. The streets, the shops, the buses, even the way people greeted each other. I thought, wow, this is amazing. But very quickly, I realized it wasn't always so easy. At the supermarket, I couldn't understand the labels. At the bank, I didn't know the right words to open an account. And in class, my professors spoke so fast that I barely understood half of what they said. By the second week, I started to feel homesick. I missed my family, my friends, and even the food from home. I called my mom almost every night. I told her, I don't know if I can do this. She just laughed and said, "Give yourself time. You'll be fine." By the third week, I faced another challenge: making friends. At first, I was shy and nervous about speaking English. I thought people would laugh at my mistakes. But then something changed. One day, a classmate invited me to join a study group. I said yes, even though I was nervous. We met at the library, and for the first time, I felt connected. Of course, there were funny and embarrassing moments too. One time I wanted to say, "I'm full after lunch," but instead I said, "I'm pregnant." Everyone laughed and I turned red. Another time, I got on the wrong bus and ended up in a completely different part of the city. I was lost for hours, but later it became a great story to tell. Slowly, I started to adapt. I created new habits to help me survive and grow. First, I made a study schedule. I wrote down 3 important tasks each day, not too many. If I finished them, I felt proud. Second, I practiced English every single day. Sometimes I listened to podcasts. Other times I shadowed videos like this one. And little by little, my English improved. I also found ways to take care of my health. I cooked simple meals instead of eating fast food all the time. I went for walks in the park to relax and get some fresh air. And I joined a small gym near my apartment to keep myself active. The hardest part, though, was balance. I wanted to study hard, but I also wanted to enjoy life. At first, I studied too much and felt lonely. Then I relaxed too much and fell behind in class. Finally, I learned to manage my time better. Study in the morning, explore in the afternoon, and connect with friends in the evening. After a few months, I began to see the benefits. My English was much stronger. I could order food without stress, answer questions in class, and even joke with friends. I also became more independent. I learned how to solve problems by myself, like paying bills, fixing small issues, and planning my own budget. Of course, I still had moments of struggle. Sometimes I felt lonely. Sometimes I made mistakes. But every challenge helped me grow. And one day I realized studying abroad was not just about learning English or getting a degree. It was about learning life skills, discipline, confidence, and resilience. So what about you? Have you ever studied abroad or lived far from home? What did you like? What did you find difficult? Do you prefer the comfort of home or the adventure of a new place? Think about your own experiences. What helped you grow the most? Thank you so much for listening to today's story, Life as a Student Abroad. I hope you not only enjoyed it, but also practiced your English with me. Maybe you learned a new phrase. Maybe you improved your pronunciation. Or maybe you just felt more comfortable listening to a full story in English. And that's already progress. Remember, learning English is not about memorizing rules. It's about practicing a little bit every day. Shadowing videos like this one is one of the best ways to grow your fluency. My advice? Listen again tomorrow. Repeat some sentences out loud. Try telling your own story in English, even a short one. Every word you say is one step closer to fluency. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to Learn English with Daisy America. Hit the like button and share it with your friends. Together, we are building a community of learners who support each other. Keep practicing, stay positive, and remember, your English journey is worth it. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and happy practicing.